Yo, 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 tea freaks. It's your boy Denny.
It's your boy James. I don't know what those accents are.
It's your boys.
Yeah.
And today we got some old.
Yep. And same packaging, different tea, much older.
Yep.
Denny, what year were you born?
1987.
And that's what that is if it was too out of focus for everyone.
It was extremely out of focus for everybody. Yeah, this is as old as I am, which is just a hair over 22.
Yeah. The year is 2009.
No, I'm cool with being an old man now.
Yeah.
I got some gray beard hairs, but I feel like it suits me. I'm like 1% silver fox.
And I'm 17.
Yeah. I think I may have told this to James, but I kind of have a weird life goal of when I hit 60 becoming a Japanese grandmother, because I just feel like they kind of live for another 1,000 years after that.
1,000 years.
Yeah. So, anyway, if anyone wants to talk to me about that, we can arrange some really strange genetic modifications.
Yeah. Start pickling some daikon.
I do love a good daikon kimchi. Anyway, so we got some super old.
Moving back to the real world.
So, some aged Baozhong here. This is going to be quite different than our very green 2018.
Yeah, also from Everlasting.
Spring that we just had. And my goodness, it has that delicious aged smell and aroma already. I just popped my head into James's tea fridge, his aging poo air fridge, and that thing smells like a medicinal dank basement, whereas this smells more like just medicinal without as much dank.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is oolong, so hopefully not aged like pu'er.
Look at how deep that liqueur is already.
Yeah. So this is the rinse. We will give this a rinse.
Mm.
So this year is 2018. This is a 31-year-old tea. So
Quite old.
We'll be hopefully enjoying this very soon. It smells very sweet. There's not a lot of off notes to the...
No, it doesn't smell funky or gross at all. I mean, so that's what I meant when I was talking about basement smell or whatever. And that's not a judgment on James.
Are you saying my fridge
exactly.
smells funky and gross?
It's not a judgment on the
We're done. We're fucking done. End of TeaDB.
We almost got to 300.
Yeah.
Oh, man. There's going to be... Are we going to do some really bad 300 joke for 300?
Sure.
Let us know in the comments.
I don't think we're ever going to make it to episode 9,000, so we better do that
that's
episode
true.
too.
Over 9,000. That'd be disturbing. That's too much.
That's
just too much.
Yeah.
So the liqueur here, it's interesting because it has a sort of... I find that these aged teas can have a kind of paleness sometimes, or even like a darker hue. So it's got, as opposed to sort of a brilliant golden orange color, it has kind of a bit of a darker orange, kind of like a burnt orange almost.
Yeah.
So
really rich, almost like lightly dark cherry vibes to the aroma. It tastes a little earthiness, but not sort of like the dank kind.
It smells aged.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think that would be noticeable enough for me to point to as, okay, this smells like something kind of old.
Yeah.
31 years of hanging out will do that to a tea. And in terms of the actual cleanliness of the liquid itself, in terms of the color, in terms of the amount of particulate and sediment, all of that's frankly pretty incredible. So this tea has really been taken care of quite well, and you're paying for that premium. Not only are you paying for someone hanging out with this tea for 31 years, but you're also paying for the fact that they did it in a way that, made it so they could actually sell to somebody again and they'd really enjoy it.
Yeah. Hopefully this doesn't suck. We haven't tasted the brew yet. Really lovely red there. But let's give this a shot.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers. Sweet, leathery, cherry.
Yeah. Thick. It has those notes of barkiness and sweet and almost taste syrupy despite not having the thickest body yet.
Yeah.
I think it's only going to thicken up.
Yeah, a little woody. No roastiness to this at all that I can taste, at least.
Yeah.
And unlike black teas or other teas where you can go too hard sometimes, I think the mistake people usually make with aged oolong such as this is going too soft. So we're not going to go soft here. We're going to go hard.
I think it has some kind of woolly almost elements to it. A little bit mineraliness, a little rock flavor going on. It has a lot more high notes than a woolly would, obviously. So definitely not a woolly, but it reminds me of it. Tasty so far.
Yeah.
And quite potent. Just sitting here chatting about it. Still having lots of juiciness and flavors going on. So
yeah. No sourness at all to this, at least not yet.
Onward.
Cheers.
Don't need to pass the mom test. It's just a little bit too unusual.
So here's a question, though. Do you think aged oolongs could pass the mom test?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just not this one.
Yeah. This one tastes a little bit too medicinal and aged and kind of funky in a way that I'm enjoying, but a way that I think might be a little bit off-putting for someone. Whereas if you had something that was just, let's say, really charcoal roasted high mountain oolong, which has been continued to be blasted with that roast, it'll taste a little bit of the age in it, but it's going to be that roasted, charcoaly flavor more so than something like this. Yeah, it's really good. It's just, yeah, it's just different. I don't know. It's like all of the things you expect, plus a bunch of stuff. It's kind of medicinal, potent, tonic kind of aspect to it.
Do you think this would be an acquired taste for people?
I think it is for me.
Okay.
Speaking for myself, honestly. These flavors they're not obviously, it's not that they're unpleasant, but they're not obviously pleasant. Sitting around experiencing the sweetness of a barky flavor, it's like kind of an uncommon thing to do, as opposed to being like, it tastes like vanilla, yum, right? Ooh, floral. This is, we're getting into the deliciousness of spicy earth and weirder notes that, you don't need to be an eclectic person to sit around and be like, wow, these are interesting and different. You can be any old Joe, frankly. So
right.
To that degree, it's up to the person drinking the tea if they're going to find it enjoyable. With that being said, this probably wouldn't default to on the enjoyable side for most people, maybe.
Right. What about people that are really into spirits and alcohol and stuff like that?
Okay. First I thought you meant
woo-woo
spirits.
Yeah.
I was about to trolling.
Yeah.
Oh God.
No. I would.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So for
who do you think I am?
Yeah. So it's for someone who's, I'd say, into those kind of more funky. So some people can really enjoy, for example, really herbal flavored mixed drinks and things like that.
Yeah.
Stuff that have, enjoying the bitterness of wormwood or something like that. If you're one other person like that, I think you would really enjoy that. This kind of a tea, definitely. And if you're just, if you're kind of a connoisseur of flavors, if you will, I think this would be really pleasant and interesting and different. Having a basis to compare against, I think, is an important part, though. So if you're coming into a cup like this, even as someone who is a foodie or loves this kind of stuff, but you don't know what to compare this to, and you don't know what this would have tasted like, or what some similar other aged oolongs do taste like, it might not be quite as enjoyable.
Right. Do you think this would be a good tea to get a baseline for, as the first tea to try, or do you think there are other better teas?
For aged teas?
Yeah, or aged oolongs, just to get sort of a baseline. Do you think this is close to the baseline? Great aroma.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd say this tastes and smells more aged than some of the ones that we've had.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
This reminds me much more of what, resembling a pu'er.
Yeah. It has that
flavors of
medicinal thing going on, which I really enjoy. And I really find the sweetness very friendly to this tea.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm continuing just to sit here while chatting about it. It's interesting.
Right.
It's evoking a lot of kind of interesting thoughts, and it's still sweet, you know? I mean, It has this sort of powerful, like I said, kind of elixir-like thing about it, but it also is sweet and totally delicious.
Yeah. Cheers. Right now I'm getting a lot of cherry and leather balm.
Yeah, just really solid hit of sweet cherry in the front.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then kind of turning into that sort of more old medicinal.
Yeah. Nice depth and sweetness to it too. And I don't know if you guys noticed how it's brewing, but I'm really pushing this pretty hard, and it's not getting any bitterness or astringency, and it's not turning sour or anything like that. So this is a tea for me that I would try to get like maybe 6 or 7 really good brews out of, rather than trying to make this like a 10 or 11 infusion session.
I'm really getting deeper into those woolly roasted flavors now.
Yeah.
It's a little bit more juicy.
Yeah.
Love it. So, it was a steeping number
4.
No.
Yeah.
Really?
It's 4. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Oh, wow. All right.
Cheers.
Cheers.
And we're going to do one last one.
This tea is remarkably smooth.
Yeah.
You know, it's really, like, some of these older teas can have just a little, like you said, sourness or funkiness or something that's just kind of off about it a little bit. This one is smooth. It's soft, great body on it.
Really nice aroma too off of this aged tea. Sometimes aged teas, they'll lose a lot of the aroma, or like in Pu'er's case, it might be like an aroma that's not terribly appealing.
Yeah.
Like a funky basement-y sort of thing. But this, I think, has very friendly aroma. I think the aroma passes the mom test. Whether or not the profile actually does, it's harder to say.
I'm not sure about the profile. I'm really enjoying that, you know, that kind of minerally roast flavor on it. It really feels more like an oolong now that's complex, as opposed to an aged tea that resembles an oolong.
Mm-hmm. So. And does this tea have any similarities at all to the 2018 Baozhong that we had?
I would say like almost none.
Yeah,
I mean, it's like,
yeah. It's like the 2018. You're really tasting.
Twisted.
Yeah, they have the same name.
Yeah, they look like the same rough length.
Yeah.
No, hardly any at all.
Yeah.
So, and that's just the age.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Let's keep going.
Yeah. And we are brewing this hard.
I was going to say, holy crap. If there's water in that, we are going hard on this one.
There's water in it.
Yeah. Well, and these teas, like James had said earlier, really can afford a very large window of experimentation compared to some of the other fresher teas. And these are the teas to sort of test and see, can you brew this thing really hard? What will it be like? And it is surprising because they're so flavorful, not brewed crazily, to brew them crazily, and notice that they're just stronger but not abrasive or anything.
Right, yeah. A lot of the appeal to aging is smoothing out those sort of flavors and stuff like that. So it's a reason why you can brew these for so long.
Yeah. And potent, too. Strong. It's definitely an energizing tea.
Yeah. So for pu'er and things like that, you can sort of get like, I don't know, like a deeper body feel or anything, like something like that. Do you get that same sort of feeling for a tea like this?
Not as much.
Not as much, okay.
Yeah.
So it's mainly a pu'er thing.
Yeah, something strange. There's something... gosh, yeah. The aroma is really good. There's something strange about pu'ers that just kind of like go to your stomach sometimes.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Cheers. Nice texture. Still pretty good.
It's stronger, but it's not. Maybe just just a hint of sharpness. I think the sweetness has died off a little bit.
Yeah.
Are you getting more of those wooey mineraliness?
A little bit, and I definitely am getting a hint of bitterness, which is absolutely my fault.
Well,
absolutely the product of my brewing, I should say.
Expected.
But I prefer to get a stronger brew off of something like this than a weaker one.
But it's really not that bitter. I mean,
yeah, it's light, very light bitterness.
Yeah.
And Denny, when would be the ideal time for you to drink this tea?
I would give this like a definite standalone session after having waited after a big meal.
I thought you were about to say a decade. It's like, you need 41 years, Denny. Come on, get out of here. Yeah,
this is potent, but it's worth sitting around and hanging out and enjoying it like we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Really good. Yeah. Different. Interesting. Everlastingteas.co.
Yeah.
Do the internet thingy on them. Yeah.
Check us out, TeaDB.org.
Do it.
Give
subscribe.
this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Check out all of the Insta, Twitter, Facebook things. And any last words, Denny?
Hopefully these aren't my last words.
Yeah.
This is really tasty. Go pick this up if you can. Look, let's be real. We get treated to some really fancy teas on this show. And not all teas are going to be worth it for you for the price point. So, pick and choose, but with that being said, this is a really solid, yummy old tea.
And I don't know exactly what it costs, but I think it's probably like $15, $16 for 30 grams. So I think that's great.
It's really reasonable. Fine. It's not crazy. It's compared to a piece of crap Starbucks latte that you're going to get that's like your triple blonde, half mocha, half whatever. Anyway.
You do not need to be a crazy rich Asian to buy this tea.
I need to get caught up in
you could be a crazy middle class Asian. It's fine.
Totally true. Pick this up if you guys want to. If not, pick up the fresh new version of this, which is radically different but still tasty.
Yeah.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel down below. Click that bell thing to get constantly spammed about our updates. That. Just never be out of touch with us ever. And we'll see you guys next time.
Cheers.